Zoli, do the inner senses use the same sense organs as what we use with, say, smell or sight? So, like the rods and cones of our eyes, would those be used for inner sight?
That really does need to be addressed because I think, and I haven't heard this anywhere else, so I'm either right or wrong. But we tend to think that we're going to access the inner world using these wonderful senses that we use every day to attenuate to the physical world: our sight, our hearing, our feeling, our taste, our touch. And we just don't. We don't. They can translate to that afterwards. But no, the rods and cones are physical and they are used when the structure of the eyes to order the ability of sight for the physical world. And those are things that are material. Now, most things in the world, so to speak, are not material. They are of lesser frequency, to put it bluntly. They don't show up in the physical world because we can't see them, hear them, smell them, taste them with those physical senses. And that, to me, if we address that, it would clear up about everything. You're not going to hear God talking, spirit talking, beautiful sounds. What people call it angelic music, and it's really David. I don't think you're hearing angelic anything. But that's just, we'll get into that some other time. You have to attenuate to these inner senses. Now, you're born with those. You're born with it, and kids know it. And they're told, oh, you're making it up. That's garbage. Because in a way, you kids, we need to grow up and live in the physical world. I don't do well in the physical world. I just don't. My parents had one hell of a time with me going, hello, is that real or not? But they were also very tolerant. They knew that I was a little different in the sense that I attenuated more to the invisible worlds. They didn't understand it, but they admired it and they were tolerant. But I didn't get educated in that way. So what? So what? We have to live in the physical world. So, how do you do that and develop the inner senses? You have to meditate, pray, ask for help. And you have to back it up to the core, the cause, not the effect. Everything in the physical world that we attenuate to with the physical senses are effects. They are effects of finer frequency that have, let's just say, I'll throw it out, drop frequency, gathered molecules, gathered atoms. I don't know how that works. I'm not a physicist, but they become available for our discernment through the physical senses. Does that make sense?
It does make sense, and yet it's difficult to sometimes grasp what seeing with your inner sight feels like or how you see or hear in those ways.
Yeah, if you haven't done it, but everybody has, and if you haven't repeatedly paid attention to it, it's going to be very difficult to develop that as a sense because it's pretty much not taught anywhere. Prayer, meditation, yeah. Some of the yogic sciences, they can attenuate to that. It's a neurological function also. But you've got to have some kind of dopamine reward, a feed to where it makes you want more, to where it's like eating a big old piece of chocolate cake and nobody's around. Oh my God, I'm going to eat the whole thing. So we've got to have a dopamine dump from this, such as, look how good I feel because I have felt, heard, seen something that we call not real. Now, unfortunately, most people go right to the demonic. They're scared of everything. Scared of aliens, scared of cryptids, scared of bumping the night things. And I certainly have a reactive pattern because we're human. We're made to do that, to react to fearful things because they might hurt us. But to think of that as it's just disconcerting, I can adjust. Like, oh, that scared me. Okay, I know what that is. That's not going to hurt me. I think that's a good place to start. And once again, ask for help from all of these dozens, hundreds, thousands of invisible beings that are available to help you.
That conversation makes me think about how things that are scary in real life and also in dreams, like why are dreams and nightmares seem so more scary and less real than our actual reality?
Well, because we can't access them with the physical senses. You wake up with physical sensations and you can't fix it because it's already happened. You might run away in your dreams. You might feel upset. You will feel emotions. And most dreams are just dumps from the brain and the emotional body to say, you didn't deal with that during the day. Let's not this build up. Let's deal with it. Example, I had a dream the other day about a relative that clearly does not like me. Clearly. And that has nothing to do with me. It has to do with them. I don't know what I recommend that they should do, think, feel, hear. But I dreamed that this relative appeared to me very elegant, slender, beautiful, squared away. And I thought, that is my mind saying, why don't you see that person differently? The person blocks you, doesn't want to talk to you at all. It's none of your business. Why are you poking around in that? I find that very interesting. It was very calming. So I sent a little hopo ono ono prayer to that person. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. And yeah, I'll stay away from you and you stay away from me because it's a karmic relationship that clearly has no import. There's no hostility. When you don't like somebody or hate somebody, it can be karmic or it can be just stay away from me. I think you're dangerous. So those are things that come out in dreams. But you also have dreams where you're literally in the astral realm doing things. And it's as real as the physical world. That's your inner senses. But when you wake up and now you're in the physical density, this heaviness of gravity and emotions, you wonder what you should do. How do you deal with that? It is disconcerting, but pretty much during the day it'll go. It'll leave. You don't really remember it, so maybe you dealt with it.
That's true. Dreams fade throughout the day so that as we become more consciously aware of our current reality, I suppose.
Yeah, it's like, let's say you're going through Burger King or McDonald's, God forbid you do, but you go through the fast food and you order what you ate. When you drive away and you're eating your food, that, hours later you probably don't think about the connection of what you ate with the people there, with what it's doing to the system. It's over. But you do deal with the effects of that. So I think dreams bring up things also for us to deal with. The world is difficult. It's supposed to be hard. I'm sorry, but you're supposed to have a hard time. And that's not a very positive dopamine dump, is it? So we seek comfort. But when we seek comfort through commercial means, the commercials on television, the YouTube, the doom scrolling, all of this stuff that you're told you're not okay. You are supposed to be afraid of this. That can affect you also. What are your options? Watch it, scroll through it, go, look at that. What an idiot. And I don't believe that. Or you will find yourself reactive to it. It's a personal choice.